Little baby, I'm right here with Aristotle Investment.
Poppy seed, you would think I whipped you. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Big Glow, and I'm right here with my boy Aristotle.
I get it.
He about to teach me about these dividends and saving money.
It's your boy DC Young Fly, man. I'm here with my boy Aristotle.
Shout out to Aristotle. I took his class.
Man, this dude is the truth, dog.
He just put me on game on like investments, dividends, stock market.
I sit around with a bunch of my friends and we talk about stocks all day now.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, stupid knowledge, you dig?
I've learned so much. Aristotle has put my trading level on top.
I done learned so much about stock trading, options in particular. It's really changed my whole life and concept about money and investing.
This dude taking people off the corner, man.
I can honestly just say that, like, before Aristotle, dude, I was trading off of impulse. A little bit of stuff I learned off of YouTube. But this package, it's the real deal. It'll get you trading off of real facts. You'll be able to back check, and you'll be able to know what you're doing, not just jump in because you think it's right.
I really should go check out their campaign if you really got something going on. Y'all know me, I'm trying to get my 100 M's any kind of way I can. Yeah.
This is Aristotle Investments, and welcome to Stock Sundays, where I go over a recap of last week's top news you may have missed, option trade recaps and strategies I take, important data and earnings to look forward to, a watch list for next week, and if you stay to the end, I do a live Q&A and $200 Cash App giveaway, $50 to 4 people. Tap in. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? All right, I'm back in the lab. All right, where the good Wi-Fi is and all that is, right? So I was in Africa last week. I was in New York, flew back to do Stock Sundays. I was in New York. The Wi-Fi was trash, but we back in the lab. Y'all see I'm back in the lab. Honey Drip Network show. How y'all doing? Everybody tap in and tell me where you from right now. I need to see where y'all from. This thing is shooting in 4K. I got the cam link going, so it's lit. All right, so you guys already know what's going on. So this your boy Aristotle, full throttle, all right, with the RAR. So you guys already know what's happening. We got, let's see where y'all tapping in from before we even get into this. I need to see where everybody tapping in from. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Bay Area, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, Georgia, Baltimore, Arkansas, Memphis, Columbus, Mobile, Alabama, Virgin Islands, Cali, Toledo, Ohio, Jacksonville, Florida, Louisiana, Dallas. Check this out. We from everywhere. God bless all of you. God bless all of Chicago. Just moved to Atlanta. Lit. Okay. Hope you enjoy your stay. This is America. Everybody's welcome to go wherever they want to go. All right. There y'all go. Everywhere. Bronx, New York, Georgia. So we tapping in from everywhere. All right. New Orleans. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to all my USA people. Bermuda, okay. I need to go there and see what's going on. So anyways, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get right into it. All right, so what do we have here? We have a recap of last week news, recap of trades I took, biggest movers and losers, crypto news, data, and important news to look forward to, earnings, and our Sunday watch list. So if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you everything you want to see. You're going to get my stock picks. For now, we're going to talk about some news and a recap of some trades I took. All right, so if you're in the chat and you want to know why did you call that, every Sunday I show you why did I call that. So to your luck, you get to see that. So news recap, let's go over some things real quick. All right, so where inflation is and where inflation isn't. I wouldn't believe this, but pets and pet products went up. Put a yes if you got some pets and you notice that the prices have increased. You know, I don't have a pet, haven't owned a pet ever, you know, so I would like to know that, but you know, I'm just asking. And then rent went up 8%. So put a yes if rent went up, or type rent in the chat. I want to see what's going on. Restaurant, oh, they said yes. They was like, oh yeah. They like, yep. Pet products went up. Okay, so this is true. You guys can confirm. All right. I'm just making sure. I want to make sure CPI ain't lying. So this right here is inflation data. Okay, 12-month change. So this is in 12 months. 10%, almost a 10% rent and pet increase. Restaurant meals, 7.7%. Now that I could confirm. People said rent. Yep, everybody like my rent went up. They said they raised my rent. Okay, cool. Rent high as hell. They like, yep, I see that. I see that. I'm gonna be interacting with y'all throughout this whole thing. Okay, so I can definitely confirm restaurant meals went up. What else? Education went up by 3%, and inflation has plateaued, which is a good thing. College tuition and things that did not go up. Furniture. So that means people aren't buying it. So this is supply and demand. That means there's no demand for these things. The reason why these things are going down, because there's no demand for these. So that means there's less demand for gasoline. Pay attention to this, folks, because this can tell you some things. Gasoline. All right. This thing that, you know, hey, it is what it is. Used vehicles. So I won't say there isn't a demand for it, but electric vehicles will tank the gasoline market, in my opinion. But we shall see. You never know. Elon Musk and Tesla are reportedly discussing an investment proposal with the Indian government to set up a factory in the country with an annual capacity of 500K EVs. Elon Musk ain't playing. So yes, he took a loss to Meta with the threads, but he is not taking no losses on EV. He got the charging stations on lock, and now he's setting up to get into India, which is one of the top developing countries right now. All right. We all know that, right? We all know that. So anybody, pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to the fact that like companies like Apple and everything are moving to India. Now, why are they doing that? Because it's like the just right effect. India is a country that's developing. They're an English-speaking country, so they're almost like Africa and China combined. That's how I look at Indians. Like they're like a combination of Africans and Indians. I mean, and Chinese or Asians combined, which makes sense because that's exactly what they are, DNA-wise, right? So, but yeah, they give off that vibe in that country, which means they have a strong middle class and a strong workforce, and you could put factories and all of that there for cheap. So I believe their currency is rubies. Let's come to the next one. So pay attention to that. CPI. So we see that CPI has stayed at 3%. So that is good news for the market. And like I always tell people, when the market was at its lowest, people kept saying, oh, inflation is going to go to 10%. And we're all going to be messed up and this and that. And I'm like, look, people, the stock market is designed to take a dip and then to recover. Or else how the hell will the billionaires make money? So I want all of you to understand, if you don't take anything from me on Stock Sundays, take this from me. The reason why stocks will always go up is because the billionaires are the ones who buy the dip. So it is literally designed to get the dip bought. Do not believe the hype that the stock market will ever go to zero. That is why I buy the dips, because billionaires are loading up. How else are they going to keep up their generational wealth? How else are they going to keep getting richer? The rich get richer from the stock market and real estate. Always remember that. All right. So two things so you can talk about. So that's why when NFTs came out, I was like, bro, I'm not buying this shit. Men been making money off the stock market for the last 200 years. Even when crypto came out, I'm like, I'm not invested in every crypto because I understand. I've been studying billionaires for the last 5 years. This is what they're investing into. It's the stock market. Don't believe the hype. This is what they investing into. Your 401k depends on the stock market going up. If the stock market don't go up, then everybody fucking 401ks fail. So you got to do all the common sense right here that'll tell you no matter what, the dip shall always get bought. okay? So yeah, make sure we pin this one. Let's see if we can pin that one. But let's get back into the lesson. So next piece of news, Disney just announced it has agreed to keep Bob Iger in his current role through 2026. So Disney just let go a lot of ESPN workers, and I feel them because our attention has now flocked to YouTubers. That's why they signed Pat McAfee, the guy who be talking about sports, because they notice it is YouTube that is taking over. It is content creators, all right? So even movie directors, do you know there is a pause? So even Netflix is going through. I don't know if you guys know this, but writers are on strike. Now, I'm not, so put a yes if writers are still on strike. I'm not in show business or anything like that. So everybody put a yes if writers are still on strike. If not, I would like to know that. But yes, writers are currently on strike. And the reason why, because they feel like they are not getting paid enough, knowing that they are writing these scripts and all of that. So I say all of that to say Disney has to figure something out other than theme parks. They also said their theme parks are decreasing. So why could that be? I just believe people are realizing that there are other fun things to do and there are other things to watch other than every Disney movie that come out and taking our kids to Disney World. There are new theme parks coming out. There are so many other things we can get into in America. So I believe Disney is I guess you can say feeling that the pressure of people wanting to do other things, you know? So let's go into the trade recap. Let's keep going. They said, yes, writers are still on strike. They said that the show business people, actors are on strike too. The union on pause. Okay, yep. They said writers are still on strike, people. So trade recap. Let's get into these trade recaps. So so what I'm going to do is you guys are going to see me live do this, okay? So we're going to go to 7-Eleven at 10:30 a.m. I called Amazon put, so 10:24 a.m. 7-Eleven 10:24. All right, we're going to remember that. 7-Eleven 10:24. So let me get out of this and let's go and let's check out 7-Eleven 10:24 Amazon. All right, so let's get you back into this. So we're going to go to Amazon, and then we're going to go to the 5-minute chart, and we're going to go to the date of 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, one of our favorite stores, right? So I called puts on 7-Eleven, and let's see why I called puts. Okay, if I can remember, I think I do. All right, here's why I call puts. So we're going to bring up the VWAP, and we're going to bring up why I call puts. So actually, this is a crazy thing ever, right? So this was the day prior high, right? So I do remember why I called this. So we mark this line right here. We make it 2, and we can make that red. So as soon as the market came up, right, Amazon rejected yesterday's high, which would be this. This would be yesterday's high. As you can see, this is the highest point of yesterday. This is when the market starts. This is yesterday's high. So Amazon went up and rejected. It had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles in a row. But if you notice, the volume was decreasing as it's coming up here. So as the volume decreased, it rejected. Now, I did end up taking this reject right here. I ended up taking this reject. But then I was like, you know what? Let me signal the next pop. So after it broke below the VWAP here, I entered some puts here, and then we were up 10%, and then we were down 25% right here. But I told everybody, hey, I'm not getting out of these puts. I'm going to stay in. And next thing you know, it came back down, and this is where we got out. I got out right at the bottom right here. So I entered puts right here, got out right here. It was only like a 30% return, but you know, we almost took a loss and it ended up being choppy the rest of the day. So let's go look at the next ones that I called, and I'm going to tell you why I got in each one. All right, let's see. All right, let's see this next one. So this was the day I went 3 for 3. So I did not lose last week. Everything I called hit. So I think I went like 6 for 6 last week. So last week I called these 3. This was a crazy day. This was 7/12. So I called Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA the next day, 7/12. So we're going to look at Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA on 7/12, and I'm going to tell you why I entered each. So I believe I entered calls on each. All right. So I'm going to show you why. And these were my calls I called. Well, just know I called these. Microsoft, we can actually go to a Discord and you guys can see it for yourself. I can show you where I called these. So this would be, let's go take a look. This was in a high risk channel. So you guys can literally go see where I called these. This was 7/12 NVIDIA. NVIDIA 410 call 7/14, and I called this at 9:53. So Wednesday, July 12th, 9:53 is when I called this, and we're going to go see why. Let's go see why. All right. So this would, let's go to NVIDIA. All right, and it would be this day whenever the data loads up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I called NVIDIA at 9:53. So it would be this candle right here. Yep, I literally, oh yeah, we called this exact pop. So NVIDIA I called right here. And then that's how we made all that money. These 3 big candles, and we literally took profits up here. Now I saved the day with that. Now as you can see, I told them to take profits perfectly, as you can see, for 50% at 10:03. So check this out. So this is 10:05. This is when I told them to get out. So I told them to get out at the top. I don't play. Enter right here, get out right here. We up 50%. So we entered right here at the low of this candle and got out right here. Timestamps don't lie. Check that out. That's 10:03. And I'm texting this, by the way, folks. Out at 50%. So you got to know when to leave. Got out with my 1500. And the reason why I got in this play was because of a simple strategy I like to use. It broke highs. I saw the momentum after it broke highs with some volume here. So this candle right here was a high volume break. And I just rolled the momentum up. Let's go to, what was it, Microsoft. I got in Microsoft as well, literally at the same time. And I believe Microsoft was on the 12th as well. So Microsoft was crazy. So Microsoft, I got in on this candle right here and got out at 10 something. When did I get out of Microsoft? This was on the scalps page. So you see, we just printing shit. You see that? Look at all these gains, by the way. You guys are seeing live in effect. Got it. All right, let's see when I called Microsoft. This was right here. Microsoft 340 calls 9:52 a.m. So let's go look. At 9:50 right here. So I called right here and we took profits. Let's go look at the timestamp at 10:03. So I got out at 10 on both. So 10 right here. I got out at this candle. So I didn't really make nothing but 35%. Kind of left some on the table, but it was still a good exit because either way, if we would have kept holding, you know, I still could have made another 60. Probably would have been a 70% here. So sometimes you miss out. It is what it is. That's when I got out of that. But those are kind of the 3 plays I took to be able to make the money I did or in the chat. So if you want to join our chat, click the link. I'll have my wife post the link. It'll be for $25, whoever want to get in. But anyway, I'll show you guys that afterwards. But you guys are seeing live in effect how I call these plays. I don't bullshit. I don't play. Then I called Google. So to top things off, I called Google. When was this? This one went to 90%. So let's go check out why I got in Google calls. So I called this 7/14/2023 at 9:40 a.m. And let's go check out how I made 90% calling this to the chat. So this was a banger, and it only cost $35. So for all of you like, do you call stuff that's not like expensive? Yes. Look, this costs $35 per contract. So if you would have put in $1,000, you would have made $900 back with $1,000 worth of $35 contracts, if that makes sense. So even these, like Amazon, $123. That's how much Amazon cost me per contract. And this one cost me $35. So if you move the decimal space over 1, 2, that's how much it'll cost. So if you want to learn how to calculate these, this is $123, because all I'm doing is putting the cash symbol in front and moving the decimal space 1, 2 over. And that's $123, because it's times 100. So 100 has 2 zeros. All right. So let's go into why I got in Google, and then we'll start the watch list pretty soon. So why did I get in Google calls at 7/14/23? So I only called 1 play. I only got in 1 play. I made $1,700 and stopped trading on Friday. So let's talk about it. Why did I get in Google? Let me bring this over. Right. And let's go right into Trading View. So let's type in Google. Shout out to Stock Sundays. We got 1,000 viewers. So why did I get into Google? This thing shot up crazy. Y'all see that? So Google, why did we get in? This had to be, no, this was this day. We got in the next day, was it? Yep, it was this day. So Google broke out of its highs, right? So this the pre-market high, correct? So as soon as the market started, I marked the pre-market high, right? And as soon as this red candle hit right here, I end up taking a bounce here, made some money, right? But I was like, you know what? Let me signal the next drop. So I got in this. As soon as it dropped right here, I signaled it to the chat, and they had enough time to get in, and then it popped here for 90% because it was so cheap. And the IV, these candles were moving so fast that it made it pop. And then, man, you can see right here. Let me go to it. Let me show y'all real quick. I can show y'all right here. So you see right here, we had, this is where I called it. I said, hey, Google 127 calls for $35. And then it just kept popping. And then I told them to hold runners, trim down to your last runner. And then these things just kept popping, 61%, 75%, 80%, 84%, right? And then they said she gone, 90%. I don't play, folks. So I went 5 for 5 last week, all right? Easy bread, coming back. This was my first week back. And as you can see, I still got it. I only took 2 weeks off, but I work so hard. If I take a 2-week off, everybody see that. Oh, and then this Apple bounce. I ain't even gonna talk about this. If you guys want to see this, you can see this too, this Apple bounce. I took an Apple bounce as well. And if you guys want to see that, I'll let you guys see that. Fuck it, we'll go over it. Since you guys love this, I see you guys are liking this part. So let's talk about this Apple bounce I did too that day. This was on the 12th. Was this the 12th? Was it? think. Yeah, so I took this bounce off the VWAP here, and I actually ended up taking profits here, like quickly. And I'm glad I did, because check that out. This shit tanked after that. So, you know, we took, but it was just a high risk play. Yeah, we took that bounce. So, also, here are some gains from last week. Somebody made $3,000 in a week. Someone turned their account up 44% in one day, and consistency in the chat. As you can see, we're a very consistent chat. So if you guys want to join, it is $35. This sells out every week, but it's for you guys. For the first 100 people, it'll be $25. So let me call my wife and be like, hey, baby, post that in the stock chat. But yes, it'll be in the description, folks. She'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah. But anyways, you guys click the link in the description either after it, or go to the free chat if you're not in, and it'll be a link there. But yes, I'll be posting that soon, and I'll have my wife post it, or check after the episode and I'll have it in the description for the $25 trial. All right, so let's get into it. We got 1,000 viewers. Biggest movers and losers. So biggest movers last week would be Coinbase, Roku, RKT, Rocket Companies, that's probably real estate, Robinhood. So we had a lot of people going up 10% last week. That's crazy. But Coinbase went up. I guess because they beat that case. And we'll go look at Coinbase on the chart. And then biggest losers, Lucid, Carnival Cruise Line, AT&T, Verizon, which I picked up some shares. I'll give you guys a clue. I picked up some shares of Verizon. You heard this here on Stock Sundays, and we picked up some leaps on Verizon. So, you know, if you missed this part, you missed this part. But yes, I picked up shares at $34, and I picked up, because they have a good dividend, and I'll show you why I picked up shares of Verizon pretty soon. All right, so remind me, everybody comment Verizon when it's time for me to do the watch list, because I might forget in just 5 minutes. All right, and I'll tell you guys, and we'll go look at why I bought up Verizon. So data and important news. No major report scheduled on Monday. We got a free day tomorrow. Retail sales, industrial sales, housing starts, and then nothing really major next week. Looks like we got a free week, except we got all these earnings. All right. So earnings, we got a lot of earnings. We got Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, banks will be doing it. This is a very high definition picture too. Tesla, Netflix, United. Who else do we have that I'm looking forward to? Tesla and Netflix. Tesla, Netflix, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, basically Tuesday and Wednesday. Anybody else? Not really, but Tesla and Netflix would be my top two that I'm looking at for next week. All right. The rest are just some shit I don't care about. You know, it is what it is. Watch list. All right, now we getting into it. Watch list. So you guys are ready for the watch list. All right. So I know what you guys are going to ask me. VZ. How do I play earnings? I don't at all. I learned do not. So here's another thing for you guys asking me. Earnings to play into trading. What factors do earnings play into trading? I don't trade earnings like at all. Like, the reason why is because if you learn how to day trade, if you learn how to swing trade, if you learn how to actually make money in the market, you won't depend on gambling on earnings, if that makes sense. So let's get into VZ real quick, and why I got in, and why we buying shares, and why we buying leaps. All right, so let's get into why. Let's get into the why. first of all, we're going to go to the 1 day chart. And then we can reset chart view. There we go. Reset chart view, and we can take off this VWAP session, and then we can kind of do this too. All right, so we're going to talk about Verizon real quick. We could delete all drawings. So here's Verizon chart. Here's Verizon chart. All right, so let's go all the way back, and let's look at the 1 week chart so we can kind of get a clear picture. Okay, there we go. So here's the 1 week chart, and as we can see, Verizon is overall still in the uptrend. Let's go and do our looks like a third touch here too on the weekly chart, so check that out. Looks like a third touch since 05. Oh yeah, so sometimes you gotta zoom out. Boom, boom. So even if, so look at that. So that's another reason why Verizon looks tasty. We zoom all the way out. 1, 2, 3. It bounced on that third touch. Now it's on the fourth touch. And I like it. I like Verizon for some leaps. For one, I got in some leaps, and I bought some shares long term. But I just saw this part. For one, we're on a trend line. So for all of you like, hey, what's the Stock Sunday play? Come back in like a year or so. We're gonna be up in some Verizon leaps. So this same trend line, as you can see, things are bouncing from this trend line. Boom, on the daily chart, we go back to the daily chart. Things are bouncing. So let's go look at some data real quick. Let's go look at some data. Let's go to, what is this shit called? Yahoo Finance. All right. Let's go look at VZ. So this is the part that killed me, because you're going to see something interesting about VZ. They are not broke. So for them to be this low is just insane in itself, you know, but hey, it's a blessing. So if we go to the net income right here, as you can see, these guys be killing it. 19 billion in 2019, 17 billion 2020, 2021, 22 billion, 2022, they lost a B, and then, but anyway, they're not profitable, if that makes sense. So they have what it takes. Cash flow, let's see if they're cash flow positive. So they are a profitable company. They are cash flow positive. Trailing 12 months, $10 billion to invest cash flow. So that's good. That's very good. $10 billion cash flow. So they are cash flow positive. They are net profitable. I want to go look at Uber, by the way. I've been very interested in Uber. Are they fucking profitable? This would be crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just curious real quick. Uber is not profitable, but they might be profitable. Let's go look at quarterly for Uber. So Uber had a profitable quarter December 2022, and they're about to return to profit. So check this out. This is a good thing, folks. Whenever somebody is losing less money, that is good. Now granted, they didn't, you know what I'm saying, but still, they are now $157 million not profitable. So Uber is getting closer and closer to profitability. But the reason why they're rising in stock is because of this. You see how they keep returning a profit quarter over quarter? But then even though they didn't do it this quarter, it's still progress in people's eyes. They're trying to buy the future of Uber. And you can kind of tell through trends what people want to buy. So Uber is not profitable. Check this out though. Verizon is, but their stock isn't going up. So check this out. Let's go look at Uber stock. So that's why I tell you guys, the stock market is based on hype, supply and demand, things like that. So Uber is not as profitable, not even close to what Verizon makes. Verizon is eating Uber alive. And look at their stock going up, trending upward. Why? Because people, the investors, love the hype, supply and demand. They love Uber company as a whole. It broke out of this trend line. I really wanted to invest in Uber long term. If Uber comes back down, I should have invested here. Shit. We should have invested here. But anyways, if Uber makes one more pullback, I might buy some shares long term. The reason why I like Uber is because of just I just think they're buying shares in the 20s made sense. I should have bought down here. It's all good. I caught Shopify. So ha Uber. I caught a big one on Shopify. So you can kiss my ass, Uber. Because guess where I bought Shop? Down here in the 20s. So I caught, you ain't gonna catch everything, but it's cool. But we're catching Verizon. So Verizon also has a great dividend. So the reason why I like Verizon for leaps and long-term shares, because they are profitable. They are a subscription-based company, and they have a great dividend. So let's go look at Verizon's dividend. So VZ dividend. Dividend history. All right, so let's go here. Let's see how much Verizon pays out. Looks good already. I ain't even get to see the chart. So Verizon has been increasing dividend over the past, check this out. So they are a quarterly paying dividend company. Now, how do I know they are a quarterly paying dividend company? Because for one, they pay out 4 times a year. See that? So this is a quarterly paying dividend company. 2021, 4 times. 2020, 4 times. 2019, 4 times. 2018, 4 times. So they are a quarterly dividend paying company. So what does this mean? That means for every $34 you spend, you will get 65 cents a share. So for every $34 you park into VZ, you will get 65 cents per quarter. So let's just say I got 100 shares of VZ. That means I spent about $3,400, and every quarter they will pay me 100 times 65. I think $65, right? So they will pay me $65. Let me do the math, because I'm sorry if I said something stupid. I think it's 65, but I just got to make sure, because I don't want to be wrong on Stock Sundays and then somebody be like, Aristotle, you fucking idiot. You know how they do. 165 times 100. Yeah, I was right, $65. So every quarter with just 100 shares of VZ, so you will get, so just having 100 shares in VZ a year, you will make $260. All right. So guaranteed, you will make $260 just for owning 100 shares of VZ. Guaranteed. All right. That's guaranteed money based on this, right? $65 or 65 cents. All right. Somebody said that's right. Yeah. So put a yes if you're learning something, by the way. If you're learning something, put a yes. Cool. So let's go into our watch list. Let's talk about SPY. So SPY is almost back at 480, 52-week high. SPY is almost back at the 52-week high mark. Very close. By the way, that means it is going to get there. Guaranteed. Guaranteed SPY is coming here. Guaranteed. We're coming back to all-time highs. So that means all stocks have room to run, as you can see. That's for one. I don't know how else to put this, but yes, this shit is coming here. So even if SPY pulls back one more time, whatnot, we know where it's coming. And it should break all-time highs based on trends and everything. So with employees being let go, and like companies did a lot to be able to make these stocks go up. They even let go of employees. They doing AI. They doing everything possible to keep their stocks up. People said, hell yeah, they learning. Somebody said, come on, bro, it's nearly impossible to sit and listen to you and not learn anything. That's what's up. Hell yeah, my boy learning. Everybody learning. All right. So let's go down the list, because, all right, for one, I'm watching QQQ for some puts. So QQQ, we have a bearish pin bar here. All right, on the daily chart, it looks like it's ready for some put action on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, what does it look like? But on the weekly chart, this thing has a breakout here and is ready to go to all-time highs, just like SPY. So QQQ, watching for that. And I'll let you guys know what I'm watching for. QQQ below 378. So we can even do a test here, right here. QQQ. And I'm gonna put a minus 378. All right. So QQQ below 378. All right. QQQ below 378. And then we have Tesla almost trying to reach 52-week highs. So Tesla, we want above highs here. So we remove all drawings and we put our, so Tesla above here, and it should get back to highs. It should at least get back to here if Tesla breaks out here. So Tesla breaks out this level next week, but Tesla has earnings, so we can't even count that. Never mind. Tesla has earnings Wednesday. I forgot about that. As you can see, Wednesday, 19th of July, they have earnings, so no Tesla. Tesla is off the hook. Amazon, everything is trying to get to all-time highs. That's for one. Who is this? Apple. Apple, I see we have this little goddamn resistance bar here, and if we go to the 4-hour, so I want Apple above here, and that would be 191.2. So if we do our test here, Apple plus 191.2, okay. Oops. So we got Apple plus 191.2. All right. People said VZ. I definitely already said that. All right, Tesla has earnings, so we're not gonna do that one. Let's go back to the 1-day chart. So we got Apple plus 191.2. This resistance line, if it breaks, this thing is coming back to 194 if it breaks this. So if it breaks 191.2, it should come back to highs at 194. Meta. I mean, Meta is just going to keep going up. I don't know how to explain this to people. If you missed out on Meta, this is where I bought Meta. So I'm in fucking heaven right now. And I'm going to hold forever. I'm going to hold Meta until the fucking wheels fall off. I'm not letting go of it. We're going back to all-time highs. If we get one more good pullback, I'm just going to add. But yeah, Meta should get back here to the 52-week high. You know, I'm just letting you guys know what's going on. These things are going to get back to highs. If you don't know, now you know. Shout out to Biggie. So yeah, you heard this here first. I don't know how to tell you guys the truth, okay? Microsoft, another one already at all-time highs. I don't like that one. Nvidia, looks like it needs a pullback. Another one that's going to blast off, but it's already past all-time highs. been that way. NVIDIA is a freight train. I mean, NVIDIA is damn near about ready. Once it closed this gap, we need something better, though. We need a better setup. My favorite setup is VZ so far. I'm not really liking all the other stocks, you know, the ones that we usually play. Google was a great setup, but not feeling none of these stocks right now as far as like a setup for you guys. Maybe Disney. Let's check out Disney. Another one that's kind of, you know, kind of stupid. Nothing is really, no good setups as far as like the stocks we pay attention to. Netflix might be a good short. I'm looking for pullbacks mostly next week. I'm day trading based on how nothing is set up for real and we're all in this chop zone and shit. Even Netflix has earnings though. Netflix has earnings Wednesday as well. Netflix and Tesla has earnings on the same day. So that means there might be big moves. Might be good straddle plays, strangle and straddle, buying a put and call at the same time on Netflix and Disney. We'll have to go see though. We'll have to go check out the implied volatility. SQ, after their CEO got whacked, I stopped investing in this company. I don't know how to judge a shit company like that. When you just got so many scandals, your CEO getting whacked. What was this? Qualcomm. Am I a fan of these guys? So it looks like they're at this trend line here. I'm not a fan. Nothing really. This is a day trading. We got a day trade. Unfortunately, folks, we got a day trade because everything is either too high, and then you don't want to fight the trend. So I know what you guys saying. Aristotle, give me something. Give me something. I'm going to explain something to you guys. You don't want to. Remember when I was telling you guys not to short last time? I think it was right here when I was like, do not short SPY. You will lose money. Do not fight the trend. So fighting trends is just very hard, folks. The best thing we could do is wait for a pullback. I'm just giving you guys sound advice that most traders won't tell you. Most traders will be like, hey, I'm going to buy puts at highs. I'm going to buy puts at highs. I'm just going to buy puts at every time they see anything red, they're ready to buy puts. And I'm letting you guys know, don't you see red right here, right? Does that mean buy puts? No. You see red right here. We could have bought, this was the candle that I was talking about right here. People were like, oh yeah, this bearish pin bar, we should fall from here. And I'm like, hey, do not fight the trend because it's just how this shit goes. I'm telling you guys, short sellers are going to lose a lot of money trying to fight this trend. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to just wait on this thing to pull back. And I advise you guys to do the same because you're going to lose money. It's easier to buy the dip. You see how it's easier to buy dips than it is to guess the top? Because look, if we tried to guess the top here, we lost. If we tried to guess the top here, we lost again. So many indicators of trying to guess the top goes wrong. You know, so I'm not trying to fight the trend here. I'm going to just wait. But I do want to see if there's at least one setup that I like. I love Night Leaps. They don't have competition. Who's their competition? So I like Night Leaps. I like Verizon Leaps. Something I missed out on was airlines. I knew airlines were gonna take off, but I didn't know when. So airlines just broke and retested. Did it? Kinda. Broke out here, retested here, could come back to all-time highs here. Delta. I love Delta. I like to fly Delta. I'm going to go look at their balance sheet real quick. Let's go look at how airlines stack up, though. Let's go look. Let's go look at Delta. But yes, it's a day trading week for sure. It's a day trading week. So let's go look at their finances. They're actually not doing bad. They lost $12 billion because of COVID. Holy shit. God. So COVID, basically Delta gonna profit if you keep them open. As long as we don't get sick, they're good, as you can see. Holy fuck, that was a hit. So airlines are actually doing better. I should have guessed that. That's on me, but you live and you learn. You notice the best investors be 50 years old, right? So I'm only 27. So even though I did a lot, it's stuff like this that I'm mad I missed out on, like Delta. How the fuck didn't I guess that? Uber. How the fuck didn't I guess that? Even though I caught 20 stocks, I'm still mad at like 4 or 5 that I'm like, just how the fuck didn't I see that coming? Like Delta, like after COVID, I should have known like to buy that dip. But it is what it is. You can't catch them all, but I try to. It's like Pokemon, kinda. CFO, what he say about VZ? I said, you gave us VZ, don't force it. It ain't there. Take good setups. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't have any setups to give you guys right now. The only one I got is VZ for longs. That's the only one I got for now. I'm trying to give you guys more. If I see something, I'll let you know. Procter & Gamble is going to probably go to all-time highs. I've been already said that one. Yeah, I don't see anything other than Verizon. Verizon is the only one that I'm taking for now long, and everything else we're going to have to day trade and wait on pullbacks. So that's pretty much it. Check MU, Walmart. I checked MU. I could check again. I'm not a fan. I like Nvidia and AMD better than I like MU. I don't really, I'm not a fan of MU right now. I'm more focused on like Nvidia, but I will say this. This looks like a flag pattern. It looks like if MU breaks this thing right here, okay, never mind. We might have a little something. A little something. MU has this little flag here. It looks like a little wedge flag type pattern. So yeah, MU has this channel that if it breaks out here, it could go. So I do see that on MU. Yep, you see that on the weekly chart. This thing has blow potential. Let's go look at this. Let's go see if. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. This is the last stock we'll look at, MU, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy your Friday. But let's see. MU is profitable as shit. MU is not bullshitting. They are profitable as fuck. They lost some money. Trailing 12 months though, don't look good. Quarterly. Yeah, check that out. They're losing money quarterly though. They're losing less money than they lost, but they were profitable they had a good run, Micron. I'm going to do some more research on MU. I'll be back next Stock Sundays with my analysis. I need to go and research their company and check out their next moves and all of that. But it appears that it wants to break out of this channel. It does appear that it wants to break out of this channel. I'm going to, if I had to bet though, I think it'll break out of this channel and go up back here to 74.5 here. If I had to bet my coins, I'm thinking it's going to break out based on trends and how the market has been doing. That's my bet. But yeah, shout out to you guys. See you guys in the chat. If you guys ready to join up. I'll post a link in the description. God bless you guys. See you guys in the chat. All right.